Hello dear students, today definite integration miscellaneous exercise 4 and you are studying maths part 2. In miscellaneous exercise 4, now see question number 3rd, evaluate the following. Question number first, I equal to integral 0 to 1 upon 1 plus x square into sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square into dx. So you have 1 upon 1 plus x square and sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. So what does it mean? Means question indicates you should consider x equal to tan theta because 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta, and here also 1 plus tan square theta and 2 tan theta also in the numerator. So 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta is sine 2 theta formula. Means if you remember the formula, you can guess directly what should we put for any question. So put x equal to tan theta, differentiating with respect to x on both sides we get dx equal to sec square theta d theta because derivative of tan theta is sec square theta. Now our first priority, we change the limit. When x equal to 0, we write here, then 0 equal to tan theta. So tan theta is tan 0 because tan 0 is 0. Therefore, theta equal to 0. So when x equal to 0, theta equal to 0. When x equal to 1, so tan theta is 1. So tan theta is tan 45 degree, or you can say tan theta equal to tan pi by 4. When tan theta tan pi by 4, then theta equals pi upon 4. This means when x equal to 1, theta equals pi upon 4. So like this, you can write your correct limits, or you can say from old limit to new limit. How will you convert? Clear? Now, integral becomes in the new form 0 to pi by 4, 1 upon 1 plus tan square theta, because x is tan theta. So 1 plus x square becomes 1 plus tan square theta into sine inverse here as it is. 2x upon 1 plus x square is 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, and value of dx sec square theta d theta. Now 1 upon 1 plus tan square theta. So this is 1 plus tan square theta has an identity which is equal to sec square theta into sine inverse, and this is the formula for sine 2 theta. Sec square theta d theta will be same. So I equal to integral 0 to pi by 4 1 upon sec square theta into sine inverse sine 2 theta into sec square theta into d theta. Now sec square theta divided by sec square theta. Therefore I equal to integral 0 to pi by 4 sine inverse sine 2 theta, sine inverse and sine eliminated, only 2 theta is remaining here. So 2 theta d theta. 2 is constant taken out. Integral of theta, theta square upon 2, and limit 0 to pi by 4. Now we substitute the limit. First we substitute the upper limit and then lower limit. So it is equal to pi upon 4 whole square into 0 whole square. So this will be 0 because 2 going by 2. This is cancelled already, so no need to write this 2 and this 2. Both are cancelled, both are divided. So here it is only theta square 0 to pi by 4 remaining. We write here pi upon 4 whole square minus 0 whole square, that is 0. So pi upon 4 whole square becomes pi square upon 16. Therefore, integral of 0 to 1, 1 upon 1 plus x square into sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square into dx is pi square upon 16. This is the final answer for question number first. Now question number 2. I equal to integral 0 to pi by 2 1 upon 6 minus cos x into dx. As you know very well, when sin x cos x are both comes in the denominator, we put tan x by 2 equal to t. It is rule for the substitution. So here we see that in the denominator only cos x is present. and cos x has a formula 1 minus tan square x upon 2 upon 1 plus tan square x upon 2. So this can be written as 1 upon 6 minus this formula, means 1 minus tan square x upon 2 upon 1 plus tan square x upon 2, and this is the reason we put tan x by 2 equal to t. Now differentiating with respect to x on both sides, we get dx equal to 2 dt upon 1 plus t square. If you are not understanding this differentiation, so you can ask me by comment. Therefore, value of dx in the numerator, because 1 into dx is dx only, and value of dx is 2 dt upon 1 plus t square upon 6 minus 1 minus t square upon 1 plus t square, because this will be 1 minus t square upon 1 plus t square, that is value of cos x in terms of t. And one work is remaining. We should convert the old limit to new limit. When x equal to 0 here, then t equal to 0. When x equal to pi upon 2, this will be tan pi upon 2 upon 2, that is pi upon 4. So tan pi upon 4 is 1. So t equal to 1. That is, new limit becomes 0 to 1. Integral 0 to 1 2 dt upon 1 plus t square upon 6 minus 1 minus t square upon 1 plus t square. Now to multiply by 6 into 1 plus t square. So we get here 6 into 1 plus t square minus 1 minus t square will be same. Entire upon 1 plus t square, but in the numerator also 1 plus t square present. So denominator going by denominator. So no 1 plus t square mentioned in the denominator. So our integral I equal to 0 to 1 2 dt upon 6 into 1 plus t square minus 1 minus t square. Now simplify, that is open the bracket. So I equal to 0 to 1 2 dt upon 6 into this 6 plus 6t square minus 1, and here minus t square, that is plus t square. So I equal to integral 0 to 1 2 dt upon 6t square plus t square becomes 7t square, and here 6 minus 1 becomes plus 5. Now they can be written as I equal to this 2 is constant taken out, integral 0 to 1, here dt only remaining dt upon 7t square can be written as root of 7 into t whole square, because root of 7 into t whole square is 7t square, plus 5 can be written as root 5 whole square. Now we should take a formula which gives integral of 1 upon x square plus a square answer. So this is of the form 1 upon integral 1 upon x square plus a square, which has a formula 1 by a into tan inverse x by a plus c. But do not write plus c here because it is definite integration, but you have to write plus c always in indefinite integration. Therefore, I equals 2 upon root of 5 because it is 1 by a. But coefficient of t is root of 7, so we divide by that coefficient, it is rule in the integration. And tan inverse root 7 into t upon root of 5, whole limit 0 to 1. Therefore, I equals 2 upon root of 35 tan inverse root of 7 into 1 upon root of 5, that is root 7 by 5, root 7 upon root 5 minus tan inverse root 7 into 0 upon root 5, that is tan inverse 0. But tan inverse 0 is 0. So no meaning of this part because this will be 0. So here it is 2 upon root of 35 into tan inverse square root of 7 upon 5. And this is the final answer for question number 2. Now see question 3rd. Let I equal to integral 0 to a 1 upon a square plus ax minus x square into dx. So here we see that it is quadratic in terms of x. Here small a is constant. So I can be written as 0 to a, and here what is half of the middle term, because we use here completing the square method for the denominator. So half into a is a by 2, and a by 2 whole square becomes a square upon 4. So we should add and subtract a square upon 4 in the denominator. It is rule of the integration. So I equal to integral 0 to a 1 upon a square. This a square will be same, adding a square by 4, subtracting a square by 4 plus ax minus x square into dx. Now, its simplest form, a square plus a square upon 4, these two terms will be 5a square upon 4. Minus sign comes out from these three terms, we get a square by 4 minus ax plus x square into dx, because x square minus ax plus a square by 4 is the perfect square of x minus a by 2 whole square, and root 5a upon 2 whole square here. So whole square of this term is 5a square upon 4. So I can be written as integral 0 to a 1 upon root 5a upon 2 whole square minus x minus a by 2 whole square into dx. Now it is of the form 1 upon x square minus a square, this term. It is of the form 1 upon a square minus x square type. Which type? Integral of 1 upon a square minus x square type, which has a formula 1 by 2a into log of a plus x upon a minus x plus c. So we write here 1 upon 2 root 5 a upon 2 because it is value of a. So 1 upon 2a, that is root 5a upon 2, and here 2 going by 2, into log of root 5a upon 2 plus x minus a by 2, because it is a plus x upon a minus x, that is root 5a minus x, and minus minus plus a upon 2 whole limit 0 to a. Now we use the limit. First we apply the upper limit and then lower limit for the entire bracket term. Here 2 going by 2, as you know. So I equal to 1 upon root of 5 multiplied by a into log of root 5a upon 2, value of x equal to a. So plus a minus a by 2. So plus a minus a by 2 becomes a by 2 only. In the denominator, root 5a by 2 will be same. Minus a plus a by 2 becomes minus a by 2. Minus log of lower limit root 5a by 2 plus 0 minus a by 2, that is root 5a upon 2 minus a by 2, upon root 5a by 2 will be same, minus 0 plus a by 2, that is plus a by 2. Now we simplify logarithmic terms. Here it is of the form log m minus log n, but before this we cancel a's denominator because they are common and they will cancelled easily. So I equal to 1 upon root 5a into log of root 5 plus 1, because a by 2 common, a by 2 a by 2 common, and they will be cancelled. Here also a by 2 common in the numerator and also in the common in denominator, and they will cancel to each other easily. So I equal to 1 upon root 5a into log of root 5 plus 1 upon root 5 minus 1 minus log of root 5 minus 1 upon root 5 plus 1, which is of the form log m minus log n, has a formula log m into n. So we write here I equal to 1 upon root 5a into log root of 5 plus 1 upon root of 5 minus 1 multiplied by root 5 plus 1 upon root 5 minus 1. Now we multiply by numerator to numerator and denominator to denominator because of multiplication here. So I equal to 1 upon root 5a into log of, we multiply these two brackets, we get root 5 plus 1 whole square, that is 5 plus 2 root 5 plus 1. And here root 5 minus 1 whole square in the denominator, so using a minus b whole square formula, which has a square minus 2ab plus b square. So 5 minus 2 root 5 plus 1. Now its simplest form, I equal to 1 upon root 5a into log of here 5 plus 1, that is 6, plus 2 root 5 as it is, upon 5 plus 1 6 minus 2 root 5 as it is. So this is first answer of this question, 1 upon root 5a into log of 6 plus 2 root 5 upon 6 minus 2 root 5. Anywhere you can get, or you may get, log of 6 plus 2 root 5, 6 minus 2 root 5 in any competitive exams or any other exams. So this can be option in the exam, but it is not present in your option. So we should rationalize the denominator again and simplify. So I equal to 1 upon root 5a into log of 6 plus 2 root 5 as it is upon 6 minus 2 root 5. Conjugate of denominator is 6 plus 2 root 5. So we multiply by 6 plus 2 root 5 and divide by 6 plus 2 root 5. Again multiplying these two brackets. So this is 6 plus 2 root 5 whole square, that is a plus b whole square formula equals a square plus 2ab plus b square. Therefore I equal to 1 upon root 5a into log of 36 plus 24 root 5 plus 20. After multiplication these two brackets you will get this. and in the denominator a minus b into a plus b. So here square of 6, 36 minus 2 root 5 whole square, that is 20. Therefore, I equals 1 upon root 5 into a log of, in the numerator 36 plus 20, 56 plus 24 root of 5 upon 16. Now taking common 8 in the bracket. So 8 common, so we get 8 into 7 plus 3 root 5 and upon 16. So this is going by 8, so 8 to is 16. So we get I equal to 1 upon root 5a into log of 7 plus 3 root 5 upon 2. This is the final answer for this question. What is the final answer? 1 upon root 5a into log of 7 plus 3 root 5 upon 2. So either in any competitive exam you can get this answer or in any other form, because it is something into log of this. So they can write these terms in the index also. So you should change according to your option your answer. Now see question number 4. I equal to integral pi upon 5 to 3 pi upon 10 into sin x upon sin x plus cos x into dx. So what should we do first? What is the sum of limit? First we check what is the sum of limit. 3 pi upon 10 plus pi upon 5 is equal to, finally it is only pi upon 2. 3 pi upon 10 plus pi upon 5 is equal to pi upon 2. So and here sin x upon sin x plus cos x means all the terms related to trigonometry, no algebraic term is present. All the terms are trigonometric terms into dx. So let it be equation first. As given a question, let it be equation first. I equal to integral pi upon 5 to 3 pi upon 10 sin x upon sin x plus cos x into dx. Let it be equation first. Using property integral of a to b fx dx equals a to b f of a plus b minus x into dx. Because why we add these two terms? Because it has a formula in terms of sine and cos respectively. So I can be written as integral pi upon 5 up to upper limit 3 pi upon 10 sine 3 pi upon 10 plus pi upon 5 minus x upon sine 3 pi upon 10 plus pi upon 5 minus x plus cos 3 pi upon 10 plus pi upon 5 minus x. As you know very well, 3 pi upon 10 plus pi upon 5 is pi upon 2 for each. So sine pi upon 2 minus x cos x, and sine pi upon 2 minus x in the denominator it is cos x. Here cos pi upon 2 minus x becomes sin x into dx. And let it be equation number second. So I equal to integral pi upon 5 to 3 pi upon 10 cos x upon cos x plus sin x into dx. Let it be equation second. Now adding equation 1 and 2 we get. So I plus I 2i equals integral pi upon 5 to 3 pi upon 10 sin x plus cos x upon sin x plus cos x into dx. So 2i equals, they will be cancelled. Integral pi upon 5 to 3 pi upon 10 1 dx, and integral of 1 is x. Integral of 1 dx is x. So x with same limit pi upon 5 to 3 pi upon 10. Now applying the limit, first you apply upper then lower. So it is equal to 3. So 2i equals 3 pi upon 10 minus pi upon 5. Simplifying we get. Here it is into 2 into 2. So we get 2 pi upon 10. So 3 pi upon 10 minus 2 pi upon 10 becomes pi upon 10. Therefore 2i equals pi upon 10. So 2 going to right hand side means it will be divided. So I equal to pi upon 20. And this is the final answer for question number 4. Now, question number 5, I equal to integral 0 to 1 sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square into dx. So, this is very interesting question. It contains only sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square into dx. And in your first question, means today's first question, it contains sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square multiplied by something. You can check your question first. Here sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square into 1 upon 1 plus x square something. So now you have only this part of question number 1 and integrate that part. Now see the solution, how to simplify that question. So after simplification, and what will you get your answer. So see this solution we get. Since I equal to integral 0 to 1 sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square into dx, so by substitution method, put x equal to tan theta. Put x equal to tan theta. And differentiating with respect to x on both sides, we get derivative of x is 1, derivative of tan theta with respect to x sec square theta into d theta by dx. So taking dx on the left hand side, therefore dx equals sec square theta into d theta. This is the value of dx and value of x. These two terms are confirmed. Now, according to the substitution, we change our old limit. So, when x equal to 0, theta will be 0. When x equal to 1, theta will be pi upon 4. So, new limit becomes 0 to pi upon 4, and new terms x is tan theta and dx is sec square theta d theta. Therefore, I can be written as integral 0 to pi upon 4 into sine inverse 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta into sec square theta d theta. So sine inverse 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta has a formula sine inverse sine 2 theta, which you have applied in the question number 1 also. Same formula. So it can be written as integral 0 to pi by 4. It is new limit sine inverse sine 2 theta into sec square theta d theta. So sine inverse sine 2 theta, sin eliminated. So we get 2 theta here. So I equal to integral 0 to pi by 4 2 theta into sec square theta into d theta. So using integration by parts, because it is 2 theta into sec square theta d theta, and according to Liet rule, means Liate, according to Liet adjustment, or you can say according to the Liet rule, it is already adjusted. So no need to interchange the terms as u into v or v into u. So 2 theta multiplied by sec square theta d theta will be same for the formula integral of u into v dx. Integral of u into v dx equals u into integral v dx minus integral d by dx of u into integral of v dx whole dx. That is, you use a rectangular bracket from the beginning to end after integration. And you know the formula very well in the previous questions and also in the previous lectures. If you have any doubt for integration by parts, if you want in details study for integration by parts or this type of the question, or you can say multiplication of the two terms in integration, so you can refer my previous videos for indefinite integration. So you will get more and more question and you can study in details for u into v. Now, it can be expressed as u into v, or you can say integrating by parts. We get I equal to 2 theta into integral 0 to pi upon 4 sec square theta d theta minus integral 0 to pi upon 4 a bracket here d by d theta into 2 theta into integral sec square theta d theta whole d theta. Here outer integration contains 0 to pi by 4, so no need to write here 0 to pi by 4 again and again, because integral of 0 to pi by 4 whole d theta contains limit, means this limit 0 to pi by 4 applying for all over the term in the bracket. So I equal to here 2 theta integral of sec square theta is tan theta limit 0 to pi upon 4 minus derivative of 2 theta is 2 only integral of sec square theta d theta tan theta, and this d theta will be same. Now applying the limit for first bracket, we get here replacing theta by pi by 4 and 0. First we apply upper limit, then lower limit. So I equal to 2 into pi by 4 into tan pi by 4 minus 0 into something all of 0. So this will be 0. minus 2, this 2 as it is. Integral of tan theta is log of sec theta and limit 0 to pi by 4. Now simplify it, we get here tan pi by 4 is 1 and here 2 to the 4, that is pi upon 2. So I equal to pi upon 2 minus 2 into log sec pi upon 4, first we write upper limit, minus log sec 0, then we write lower limit. Therefore, I equal to pi upon 2 minus 2 into log sec pi upon 4 is root of 2 and sec 0 is 1. So it is log 1. Log root 2 minus log 1. But log 1 is 0. So this term will be 0 in the next step. Therefore, I equal to pi upon 2 minus 2 into log root 2. Log root 2 means log 2 raised to half. Log root 2 means log 2 raised to half. And that can be written as half log 2. So this 2 will be same. Log root 2 half log 2 plus 0 because log 1 is 0. And here minus minus plus. So here 2 divided by 2, 2 going by 2. So we get log 2 only. Therefore I equals pi upon 2 minus log 2. This is the final answer for question number 5. Or you can write this answer I equal to pi minus 2 log 2 entire upon 2 or pi minus log 4 entire upon 2. So you can transfer your answer according to your option for the competitive exams, and they can ask in any competitive exams, not only for the board exam, they can ask in any competitive exams, and in all India syllabus, all over world syllabus, integral method, integral questions will be similar and method will be same, formula will be same. So any board student can follow my channel, that is Rajendra's teaching, and you can share the channel link to your friends or your loved ones. So I equal to pi upon 2 minus log 2 has two more different forms, right? Which two more different forms? Pi minus 2 log 2 entire upon 4 or pi minus log 4 entire upon 2 or half into bracket pi minus 2 log 2 half into bracket pi minus log 4, etc. So you can write your answer in the different forms by using cross multiplication or by according to your given option in the competitive exams. And one more thing, for the more difficult questions or more complicated questions, you can ask in the comment section. You can send the question in the comment section. Then I'll provide the solution. If you have any doubt in today's lecture or previous lectures, that is in previous videos, so you can ask frequently your doubts on comment section. So by commenting, you can clear your doubts. For the more questions, for the more exercises, for the chapters and related questions for the competitive exams or other exams, you should follow my coming videos. Thank you.